Hi, welcome back to another episode in my kitchen. So a nice, simple British Indian restaurant style king prawn curry. We have a 9-inch pan here, one portion this is going to serve, and that pan's nicely heated. Now I'm adding 2 tablespoons of rapeseed oil. Next we're going to add a handful and a bit of finely chopped onion, and we're just going to let that sizzle off. We'll come back in about 3 minutes. So those onions are starting to brown. Now we're going to put 1 dessert spoon of ginger and garlic paste, along with a pinch of kasuri methi for that really great fenugreek taste, and we're just going to give that a stir. We'll come back. So that's sizzled off now for about a minute. Everything's nice and toasted and cooked. I'm just going to add 2 teaspoons of mix powder, and we're going to give that a good stir. We'll come back in 30 seconds. So notice how a lot of BIR or British Indian restaurant inspired videos, no matter who does them, they're quite repetitive, and that's that repetition that builds up the skill, really. So that powdered mix has absorbed well into the oil. Now I'm going to add half a teaspoon of salt. Next we're going to add a dessert spoon, this is, of double concentrated tomato puree with 2.5, a little bit of water to make it liquidy. So usually about 3 times more. A pinch of tandoori masala. So for the first time we're adding moisture to the dish. We're going to just stir the raw flavours of the tomato out. We'll come back shortly. Now, because these king prawns, they're the best quality I can find in England at short notice, because they're raw, they're grey in colour, they're not pre-cooked, they are the frozen variety. I've got them in an Asian supermarket. I'm going to be adding them now. If they were pink, I'd add them after the first ladle of base gravy. So that's about enough. How many do we have there? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 11 prawns. Probably too generous for a British Indian restaurant, but there you go. And they're the highest quality, they're the biggest ones I can find. And we just want to cook them off. We're not going to see them turn pink, but they're grey. We want them just to turn pink, and we'll be adding some more ingredients and coming back shortly. So we do not want our prawns to turn rubbery. So that's been about 1.5 minutes, and you can see that the prawns are pretty curled up, which is a really good sign. I always have a smell of frozen prawns when they've thawed out. Thaw them out in cold water, not hot water. Be patient about it, because hot water will start to cook it. So these are really fresh and they've curled up, and it's a sign that they're fresh. So 2 pieces of tomato. We're going to add some coriander. It's nice to cook that early so you get that really nice coriander supple taste. Really nice, quite boona style curry there. It's always quite funny to see people's boonas, and they're as saucy and as liquidy as any other curry. The whole point of a boona, just a tip here, is that you're reducing it down. So 150 millilitres of base gravy. It looks quite a lot, but this isn't the usual pan I use. This is a 9-inch pan, good for 1 portion. I'm usually using an 11-inch pan because usually I'm cooking for 1 or 2 portions. And all we're going to do now, just give that a brief stir. We're just going to let that caramelise, and we're going to come back in about 2.5–3 minutes. So that's been about 3 minutes now. Pretty well reduced down. With thick sauce, we're bubbling right throughout the dish. I'm just going to add a touch more base gravy. Sometimes the consistency sometimes can depend on what you're having it with. You know, if you're having rice, you don't need it too saucy, but if you're eating it with bread, I like it to be a little bit more saucier. And this is going with bread, so just going to let that sizzle away. And what we're going to do is going to put a reasonable glug of lemon juice, probably a dessert spoon and a half. I really love that citrus flavour or edge to the curry, and I'm just going to let that, I'm not going to stir it. We want some caramelisation, you know, the typical BIR, as we know now from watching the multitude of videos available. I think we all get the tips now, don't we? So I'm going to be making a video shortly about the tips, about the processes, the techniques, but I'm not a know-it-all by any means. There's a lot of experienced people that are like myself out there, not necessarily making videos, but I just want to share ideas. You know, as a former teacher, I learned so much about teaching from the students, so much about, you know, we're here to help each other, I believe. So I'm just going to let that sizzle off. But do stay tuned for videos that are coming up. It's going to get quite interesting. So let's, we'll come back when that's ready. So that's just how I want it. Pretty stiff around the sides, still saucy. All those great prawns. You see, it's only moving in the middle. If you want it more charred, you know, you can keep doing it till it doesn't move. It's moving a lot in the middle. So great. Let's. Is there any point serving it? So you've clicked the thumbnail. All I'm going to do is tip that into this bowl. So a presentation bowl for Indian food, and there you go, a little bit of coriander on the top, and that's good to go. It'll beat most of the curry houses I go to, that's for sure. So do cook the recipe, make your base gravy. If you're creative, make your own mix powder how you want it, not how it's been dictated to from somebody else. You know, taste the spices, know what you like, put things in order and sequence of how you enjoy it. You know, fenugreek powder, cumin, blah blah blah. It's really important you're cooking for yourself, so you can twist and manipulate recipes to suit people you cook for and yourself, etc. So that's ready to serve. That's going to go into a bowl, a little bit of coriander on, and feel free to like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching.